Hi everyone, welcome to my video on how to use a clinometer. So, as part of it, I am going to use it to measure a structure that's on the roof of this building. I'm safely away from cars and all those sort of things. A little bit windy up here, but that's fine. And I'm going to use my clinometer to measure the height of this structure here. I'm going to use one of my pieces of equipment. I've got these things here, which were just things I found in my cupboard. I've got some measuring tape, I've got a ruler, and I have got a set square, but this one would use as a ruler because it goes up to, you can see on the side, 50 centimeters. So I would use all of those things for measuring the distance horizontally from me to that structure. And then I would use my homemade clinometer, which is here, there we go, homemade clinometer, tractor here, suspended by a weight, and I would read the angle that I can see and then use the trigonometry that I need to find the height. So let's have a go. First thing I need to do is I need to measure the length from here to some starting point. So what I'm going to use my tape measure because I think that's the longest equipment that I've got for this. It goes up to 150 centimeters. Okay, so that's 1.5 meters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from here at the building. I'm going to work my way over to the starting point, which is on the other side. And from that point, I'm going to make a note of the length and I'm going to take my angle. So let's go. Okay, so I've measured to this point here. There I have gone 600 centimeters. Obviously it's not ideal because I've done this on my own and I've used a piece of measuring tape which is a bit bendy, a bit flexible, so my answer isn't going to be completely exact, but that's part of us taking into account the accuracy of the equipment. In lockdown, not necessarily going to have all the good stuff that I would want in a proper scientific version of this experiment, okay? But when you guys do this at home, you could have someone help you, you could use a measuring stick if you got one, or you could find, I don't know, a broom in your cupboard or a mop, measure the length of that, and then use that to go across each time and get a measurement, and it's fairly fixed. So now, what I need to do, I get my clinometer, and I'm going to measure the angle from where I'm standing here to the top of that structure. So I'm going to look at it. I first of all need to make sure that my clinometer is at 90 degrees. So now I'm holding it completely nice and flat, which I am. I need to fix that a little bit. It's become a little bit loose. Try and make sure that your T on your protractor is accurate. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is I am going to turn from eye level, where I know it's at 90. I'm going to turn until I can see the top. Now it's not a massive angle because it's not a really big structure, okay? And if I turn and look at my protractor after that, I'm going to put you down for this so I can do it accurately. There we go. Okay, so on my protractor, eye level, look up to the structure, and then at that point I'm going to hold this in place. I can see the angle made, it goes here. So you can all see that on the camera. So I'm going to make a note of that. There again. So I've got, you can see on the protractor that it displays about 75 degrees. But remember that it isn't going to be 75 degrees at the angle that I've gone to look up, because that was the angle that would be at the top of my triangle. So when I imagine my triangle, which is going to be here, I can now note down all the information I've got. Okay, hopefully it's not too bright and you can see. I measured 600 centimeters across from here to here. And now, there we go, 600 centimeters from across. And I know that the angle that I have just effectively done is the same as the one up here. That's the 75 degrees. Okay, that means that now I've got this angle. This is the one I might be interested in. If I do 90 minus 75, I've got my 15 degrees. This angle is about 15 degrees. So now I can use some trig on there. So I look at what I've got. Well, I'm looking to work out the height of my structure. Here's my structure here. So this is my opposite side. This side I've also got here is my adjacent side. So I need to use, you hopefully remember, SOHCAHTOA. I'm using tan, opposite over adjacent. So tan of 15 is equal to the opposite, which is an unknown, call it x, over the adjacent, which is 600 centimetres. So x is going to be 600 multiplied by tan 15. I'm going to multiply them together. So I go to my calculator out, make sure it's in the right mode, and I'm going to do 600 times by tan 15. And it leaves me with 160.7695155. Great. Now the issue we're going to have here. My answer was 160.769, so about 160.8 centimetres if I'm rounding it to the nearest decimal place. But the thing is, if you look at it, that structure is much bigger than 160 centimetres. 160 centimetres is just a bit taller than my measuring string, which is not even as tall as me. So I'm clearly taller. Oh no, it's nearly my height. I'm clearly not as tall as that building there, so we need to take into account something else. Whilst I have dealt with the fact that from where I did my angle, which was at eye level, I tilted up and got it, that's great. But you've then got to take away your height to up to your eye level from that answer, okay? Because what we've worked out is we've worked out a triangle that starts at your height. So if I, for example, here's my stick figure, you can see, hopefully it will zoom in nicely for you. The triangle we actually did started with me there. We've got to add in my height. So the last thing you're going to do is take that into account, and you do your own height now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the measuring string again, or if you've got a measurement to work out your own height, that's absolutely fine. And I'm going to put the bottom of it on the floor. Stand on, just make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and along me, I can see that that's 150 there. So from there, a little bit more. Again, you might want someone to help you with this. I just want to go to eye level, not my complete height, just to where my eyes are. I'm going to go up to here. So that's another 22 centimetres. So in other words, my total height was 150 that I had originally, plus 22, so 172 centimetres. Which means that the total height of that structure is my height, 172 centimetres, plus the 160.8. So when I add them together, I'm left with 332.8 centimetres. That's the height of that building there. So it's about, well, 3.3 metres. Seems about right to me. There we go. We have used a clinometer to work out the height of the building. Enjoy doing this yourselves, Year 8. Good luck.